be a real won't be a tournament team. Everyone who knows actual ball says it'll be a really close game. I go, that's why the line was like under 10, right? Definitely not 15 and a half.
Did a fantastic job. Supposed to come off the stagger screen.
All right, we got our first yikes of the year.
Catches.
We don't know that yet.
What, Michigan State?
No, Abilene Christian beat Oklahoma State.
Hell yeah! Shout out Big Cap.
Oh!
Our first.
Oh my God!
They're going to look at it. They're going to review the possession again.
Did you see that?
But I think
Are you guys ahead of me?
Wanted a foul here.
What did he call you?
I just watched the stream. Yeah, we're all
Look
watching
at this
video.
physicality.
Yeah, I'm watching the stream.
Oh.
Look at this. He just drops the ball.
That's
never
all
mind,
fault.
I guess.
Yeah, it's all fall. Yeah,
Yeah, that's all fall.
It's off
Good
his
call.
thigh.
Purple ball.
Bro,
will be a
I didn't
quick
see the
review.
hand. I thought he just dropped the ball.
And it is James Madison basketball.
Like, what the fuck is he doing?
10 of 15
Did I
now
get Taco
at the
Bell
line.
after the game?
32 points tonight.
Bro,
Bro,
3
no,
years.
Stop talking, Giovanni. I want Taco Bell so bad
Plenty
now.
of time.
Steal a game, steal a taco?
Each team with at least one
Steal a
timeout.
game, steal a
Michigan State has
taco.
a pair. Both teams in the double
Shout out
bonus.
Doritos Locos.
Possession arrow belongs to the Dukes in case of a tie. Mark Myers.
Yo, Matt, are we gonna get the first dagger of the year?
Was able to get a couple
We
plays.
could get the first dagger of the year.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Is it?
Three-pointer is a dagger, right?
To Michael Green, the third.
Yes, it is.
If they score here?
Yeah, but my premature daggeration is coming soon.
Or did you call it when it was like
No, I haven't done it yet. I'm saving it. I'm saving it. The first one has to be an Indiana game.
3 on 2. Uh-oh. Whoa.
Through contact, and he'll go to the line to try to give the Spartans the lead.
Yo, where'd the other camera swing go?
I'm pretty sure he fouled out too now.
Watch Tyson
She's
get
hard on
into
that.
the pass and right there.
Dude,
Comes up with the steal.
Tyson is so good, bro.
Head up.
Can't make that pass. It's
Surveying.
too tight.
On both sides of the court, Tyson Walker is their best player.
Yep.
Was this ever a question? Yeah, Wooden's gone. He's gone. That's his voice. That's his fifth. He's done.
Wooden fouls out on the play.
Is that
Second
really a
Duke
foul?
to foul out. So Wooden's
What's
going
the
right
free
now.
throw
Yeah.
discrepancy? I know
I-
Michigan State's only driving and doing pass and shooting, so it would be a discrepancy, but it would be a funny tweet regardless.
Yeah, and especially
MSU shot 34 free throws, James Madison 26.
That's crazy. Michigan
Ah,
State got
disgusting.
John Wooden fouled out against them last
Cars
season.
3 for 4 tonight at the line off the
Come on,
MSU shot
Mickey,
how many free
fucking
throws in this
dumb.
game?
And Walker a chance to
Is
give
this
the
guy a
Spartans the
5-star?
lead.
Yeah.
Kellen Carr was not a
Yeah.
5-star.
Bing.
21
Four-star going four-star.
tonight at the line.
Yeah, about to be a 3-star
for
and misses those
Michigan
free throws.
State. 2 for 4 in the overtime.
He's making one.
He's got to make it.
Probably. I sure would hope so.
Easy. Easy enough.
There you go.
118
Alrighty.
overtime.
First one to 77 wins.
Like Jay Nakins guarding Edwards here.
We make this
Edwards
one.
will be the man.
Shout out to the students for not being quiet.
Akins can cause him problems, Kevin.
Gotta get a good look.
That's
The
right,
seven
Holman.
game you just on the court.
Green.
Ooh!
Got it. Got it. Ooh.
He froze him! Oh,
Oh,
no!
shit.
By 2.
Hall's like under the basket.
Heck of a move by
Just caught a
Green.
no
Oh,
man's
what a
land.
move. How did he not
Once
finish that
again,
layup?
getting downhill, forcing a scramble, and Edwards able to
Dude, this 13 kid can play.
issue, thus the
Yes,
stoppage.
they got the 2 for
clock
1.
kept going.
They got the 2
I know
for
he
1.
missed,
Check the
but
time.
he can fucking play.
But Green
A little
gets
bit more
downhill.
touch,
out,
but
like,
I love the move.
Presence
And you
of
see-
mind is incredible.
Holloman
By
Yes.
does
this
a
guy.
good job of keeping Bickerstaff
Absolutely.
off the glass, but no one boxes
He
out
just like
Edwards.
quit on the play because he missed the shot.
Yep.
14
Who's this kid?
offensive
Green the
rebounds
third,
tonight
Green the
for
fourth.
James
What's
What's
Lit.
in the review?
What are we reviewing?
We're gonna look at the
I
clock.
think it's time.
This is why we have a
Clock?
stoppage in play.
Why?
The clock
Because
I don't
no,
know if the
Michigan
shot, I
State-
think the shot clock reset or
Michigan
something.
State's home Perkins.
bucket
Eight.
goes, or rather Edwards bucket goes.
Do they not believe in their
36.
own clock operator?
Oh, dang. Clock operator falling
Goddamn
asleep
time.
too.
Couple seconds.
Like, it was like a full, like,
They
2
just gave
seconds.
Izzo a timeout, though.
0.6 back
Yeah,
on
of
course they
the
did.
clock.
They know what they're doing.
56.9
It's not like he does anything good in them.
2 timeouts for Michigan State.
Sorry.
1 for James Madison.
He's not
Both
wrong.
teams
I've already
in
said
the
that
double
we're out there
possession
chefing
arrow,
it up.
James
They are in the
Madison.
kitchen cooking steak, shrimp,
And the
and
lead.
lobster.
James
For
Madison.
this Michigan State Spartan team. They are
Got
trying
refused
to
to relent. their
Red
pressure on the
fried.
Spartans.
How do you like your chicken?
I mean,
My God, please lose. This is so
is this
funny.
game 1? Boy, doesn't feel like it, right? Man. Did we advance to
Alright,
March
let's
all
get
of
it
a
stopped
sudden?
there.
They're trusting their
He
defense.
was. Pinned down for Tyson Walker.
Real
Here
quick
he
though,
is.
so it turns out
Walker against Brown.
Like, how funny would it be
On the
if
floor, the
our
6'2"
young
sophomore.
sweet lad Zach lost his
Tough
first
cover
season?
for him. The double shows.
Push
and
off.
the foul. I think Edwards
Oh,
will be
what?
called for the reach in.
They got a reach? Oh, okay.
No, they give it to
That was
Brown
a stiff
instead.
arm.
Bro, he extended.
First
That's what
on
I said,
Brown.
Alex.
That would have been
The
the
offensive.
They caught a
fourth
reach.
on
Like-
Edwards.
Buddy did the freaking high
Either way,
beam.
it sent
Like
Walker
I
to the
said,
line.
Tyson Walker's really taking
Like-
advantage.
Try to do a Derrick Henry
Of
stiff arm. Throw out
him
the
being
club.
known,
they're
because
Gordon Ramsay.
that was a
They're
known
Gordon
foul.
I guess this way Michigan State can't hit you with 3.
But
But
heads
of
up
course,
for
there's
Yeah.
20 or whatever.
Ramsay. 1 for
I know it was a
19.
bullshit call anyway.
But the free
Oh, ball
throws,
alive.
Oh
He's 10 of
my
16
Oh,
god.
that's true.
Where's Zach? So I'm gonna give you a live cam on Zach.
Did you guys see Discount Hunter Dickinson
Zach
in the
line
crowd?
one.
I think he's
Line
close to
one.
that, Kevin.
Yeah,
6
Zach
steals,
Stowe,
11
line one.
points, having to carry his team down the stretch.
Izzo got to cover his.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
difference game and shot
Oh man.
Bro, if he missed 2, that would have been insane.
Dial up a little
You
full
go 2 for
court.
1 here? No.
Make
Nope,
him
okay,
waste
go slow.
about 8 seconds.
You do not 2 for 1. No, that's not a 2 for 1.
No.
Listen, Ant, let me cook, alright?
Who said 2 for 1?
Me, I watch NBA too much.
James Madison called timeout at some point
2
here.
for 1, 2 for 1, 2 for 1.
Oh, okay.
We ball, we ball, we ball.
You got the switch you wanted. Now you gotta clear
We're
out.
doing a strap. No, straps.
He's got it.
Step into a boy.
Oh! Onions!
Why did you help?
Foul up 4? You foul up 4?
Down goes number 4. That's a dagger right there.
Yeah, who was over helping there?
Boy to step into a boy.
Dagger!
Dagger.
Foul up
Oh,
4?
Carr.
We got a Wu-Tang sighting in here. Raekwon Horton from deep
Crap.
to put James Madison up by 4 points. Creed get the money.
Prep the tweets.
Raekwon Horton from
That
three.
James
been
Madison's
lost all.
from the DMV, right?
Got an open 3.
They're a little bit south. They're like between Richmond and the DMV. But
yeah.
What? Lucky for Michigan State. Abilene, they went to overtime, so Abilene Christian got the first Yanks of the season.
Hey, all the problems we thought Michigan State had has shown up in this game.
Tom is the
Michigan
most overrated coach of all time. I don't give a shit.
Language right here from Michigan State. That's not good. That's not good at all.
Tom Izzo, get ready to learn Chinese, buddy.
the Shanghai Sharks.
Southern Indiana.
Carr ball watching sends him to overtime.
Guangdong
and
Tigers.
Kevin, as deep of a team as Michigan State is,
Loses the game.
And,
Tyson Walker should not have
and
to carry this
ask
type
Connor
of
if he
load.
wants to hop on the pod.
He has had to do everything.
no, we're not. No.
Yeah, no, dude, fuck that shit. You're gonna block you.
Dukes use
Get out of
the
here.
final time.
First three-person
8.6
episode.
to go in the overtime. Some of the key plays down the stretch in this one.
So, wait, is Torch
And at
still
the
here?
end of regulation, where you find Bickerstaff
Dang,
at the
Carr
elbow.
got lit up twice.
Walker then a
2
chance
clutch.
to
Gosh,
get the win
man.
for Michigan State in regulation.
Yeah, kind of stumbled on his move. Bickerstaff gets a hand in there to force the miss. We go to overtime. And
Honestly though,
Michael Green, third, man, with these
State didn't play well, but
cross-pass
JMU's been
shooters.
hooping.
No, they deserve a lot of credit. They've been
Yeah.
so poised here
Yeah.
over the last 2 minutes. Like, that's the toughest stretch when you're going up against these
Hall
powerhouses.
getting, I will say, Hall getting bitched like that in the paint was kind of crazy.
Well, because they don't have a
Like-
center in. They don't have a 5. They're playing
Why
Cohen
isn't
Carr
Hubbard-
at the 5.
Why is
What
it
if they
not
only had
over?
like a really
I
good
mean, Hall on MSU getting bitched like that.
Yeah.
Like,
4-point
that's-
lead,
you can't let that happen.
8.6 to go. The last time they beat a ranked opponent was the only time they beat a ranked opponent. December 29, 1992.
Did you fire it up yet,
against
Matt?
ninth
Yeah, I told you, it's live already.
ranked California.
man, I want to be
They're
the first to
listening
like
to the Discord call right now.
Steve Barber
Everybody's
was
on
still
it.
soaring over rims in 1992.
Wait, you said what?
So they're listening to my everything that's happened on my
This is-
desktop. They're hearing right now.
This is beyond impressive.
Okay, are we in the starting soon
With what
phase?
we've
Yes.
seen tonight.
Yep.
Like everybody else in the
Got
building,
you.
including Tom Izzo.
They need like
Malik Hall
something
would-
at the rim right now in the foul right away. Oh, I don't like that.
Walker on the move. Walker all the way in.
That's pretty good.
All right, it is doable.
With 3.4
You
seconds
need,
to go.
you need like a
The
5-second
overtime in a
call.
2-point game.
See, I like that because you extend the game.
Not
If you
taking
take a
call,
three
they
and you
need
miss,
it.
the game is over.
They need a
the
lot.
fact that you got to the bucket, you close within 2, you're in 1 possession. If you foul
I love
quickly,
watching
you get a
Jokic
miss,
play
you
basketball.
got an opportunity.
Everybody
I only
on
feel
timeouts
bad
now.
for Zach. That's it. The rest of
Everybody
you,
in the double
you
bonus
easy.
possession.
What they-
Zach, so
To
I
James
apologize.
Madison. Back to
Okay,
going
if
down.
you missed the
13
first
and
free
1.
throw, you missed the second one, right?
Around
On
the big
purpose,
bucket
correct?
that
If you're
folded
JMU?
away, maybe
Yes.
the Raekwon
Definitely.
Don't give them
three that stretched it to a
It's
mean,
3.5
if-
seconds.
I would-
One-point lead when that
I mean, they
three
go
went
up
down.
3.
No, it'll be
what
2
happens
seconds
is,
when
once
they
again,
foul.
The Bronx General, Michael Green III, kind of picking on Cole
I think
Carr a little
if
bit.
you miss the
Why
first,
would
you
he
miss the
drove right
second,
at
and then you
Carr?
I,
just
I, I
live
think you
with
missed
it.
a second just
There's
because
no
you have
defensive
so much of
rotation,
an
and
athletic
Burke had a
advantage.
clean look
against
from
them.
3.
You just don't give them.
Last time Michigan State
Don't give
lost
them-
Just
to
hit
I
them
post
both.
images in the
against an
YouTube
unranked
chat.
opponent. It was against Michigan.
Yeah,
January
yeah,
13 of 2018.
Yeah, so people in these parts aren't used to seeing this.
No.
I'd prefer they just make both.
True.
James
Oh,
Madison
yeah.
will try to inbound,
basement
assuming they
call.
get it in. It'll be an immediate foul.
Jokic has 35, 13, and 12.
Brown will
Oh,
foul.
Connor just reacted to something on Twitter chat. Yeah, he's up.
Guarding the inbound as he runs the baseline. It comes in, and immediately
Whoa.
Bickerstaff is fouled.
Yeah.
Not a bad guy to foul.
Oh, look
here.
at
He's
Connor.
4
He says it's not as bad as this in this
And,
and
you know, you had
all
no
right,
choice.
listen,
Got
buddy.
to go ahead and
don't give a
get
shit.
out there to give yourself
We don't
a
give a
chance.
shit. You're a top 5 team. That's 0-2 on the year.
All I'm knowing,
Ten
all I'm
team
saying is
count.
all you
Trying
Michigan
to
fans
extend a
making fun of
2-point
Michigan
lead for his
State right
team.
now, y'all better wait until after
Grandpa
tomorrow
Bernie's
night.
looking along,
Oh,
looking
I
on.
UNC
already
Asheville's
told
a
you
good
you're
team.
gonna lose that
Yeah.
basketball
For
game.
his grandson is
UNC
under
Asheville's a
Matt,
good
we
team.
don't care about
as the
basketball
head
until we
coach.
lose in football. I'm telling you.
Right. We don't care about basketball until January, man.
Like, you know how
All
they
right,
don't
you
care about
missed this
them,
one.
you know.
You missed this one
Winning
as
one
James
power five
Madison.
one.
You gotta miss this. You gotta miss this here.
1 of 20 from 3
No,
tonight.
no,
This
you
is setting
don't.
up for an
And no
all-time win.
timeout.
No,
Nice.
2.8 is too much time.
Big
They have to
I
get the
think it-
rebound and-
I
and-
think Michigan State gets a better look down 3 with 2.8 seconds.
He does.
Oh.
Here we go.
I think Michigan State's gonna get a really good shot off.
Yeah.
I think you have to foul on the catch here.
It's
Ooh,
Walker.
yeah, you gotta
Oh, my.
try. I mean, this is.
Oh!
Did not see that happening.
Cookies.
Of all the possibilities, I was not expecting that.
The foul up 3 crowd is in shambles.
That was.
Well, I'm pretty
I
sure
did not
like they went for like a hard
expect
steal.
Michigan State
All right, let's go, man.
falls at home
All right, let's do it.
in overtime.
Bye,
All right,
guys.
bye guys.
This was not a
You guys.
James Madison was in control of this game for the
Let's cam
majority
on.
of this ball game. And you take away the effort from Tyson Walker, 6 steals, 30-plus points.
Why isn't my camera working?
Is my cam on?
Yeah, my cam is not working because this just turned on. Hold up. Oh, now that everybody's seeing that. Hi, guys. Hi, everybody. Remove that. All right. Do one of these. There we go. All right, cool, cool, cool.
Let me. Where is the? I need like a link. So we'll kind of go over pretty much today in general. Of course, we're gonna go over the last game first. I think that's what people want to get to. Let me post this.
Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, baby, we live.
Live.
And we live, baby. Denicia.
Hi, everybody that's in the stream already. Thank you guys for showing up. What's up, Eli?
What's going on, peoples? What's going on, peoples?
Kentucky had a hell of a game. Your boy Dillingham looked good, too. Proved you wrong.
That cannot be the title. We gotta keep it Big Ten centric, not hater centric.
I said Michigan State question mark. That's all I said.
No. We gotta.
Can you change that on your end? Because I can't change that on my end. Actually, maybe I can. Wait, no, I can change it.
This guy Eli talking about prove me wrong after playing. Who they play? New Mexico State. That's the team with all the guns.
Yeah.
And stuff.
What about first night
Prove me wrong about what? I said he likes to take a lot of shots.
There we go. First night Big Ten madness is what that's.
Was I wrong about that?
There we go.
Was I wrong about that?
No hating up in here for the Big Ten.
Yo, let's talk, bruh. Let's talk.
Right.
Ah, shit.
Starting soon.
Oh, man, hold on. I got to do the yikes.
All right, hit with the yikes. So we're on cam now. So hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. We live.
I did the yikes for Michigan last year. You know, I got to do it, you know.
Got to do it.
Got to do it. You know, it doesn't matter who it is, who it's against. It's just got to happen. You feel me? It's just got to happen. So let's kind of take a step back, right? We saw a lot of Big Ten teams struggle today. We saw what James Madison did. They kind of took control.
Yep.
From the first half. They got up fast. They were up 13-5. They were up 22-10. They were up 23-10. And Michigan State climbed back. And I'll say that about halfway through the game, I kind of wanted to, like re-examine this team, right? And it's like, is Michigan State a good team? Definitely, right?
Yep.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I have a question. Who got better significantly from last season?
And out of the Big Ten?
We're just talking Michigan State.
Michigan State players?
Yeah.
No one. I don't think a single person on this roster has gotten significantly better. You look up and down the roster. Maybe Trey Holloman. Maybe I
can see that.
Maybe Trey Holloman, but outside of Trey Holloman,
I think Tyson's playing with. I think he's playing with a chip on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's playing with. I think he sensed that Michigan State needed him.
Yes.
But I think Jaden Akins and AJ Hoggard are too good for Tyson to go by himself to do that.
I agree.
No.
Yeah. The three guards at the three-headed monster that is Michigan State's guards, they gotta figure it out. Like they gotta figure out what's wrong. Because again, Akins looked like he was invisible for most of the night, or when he did get the ball, he was trying to force it. Hoggard couldn't buy a jumper to save his life. And that's not even. I'm not even going to talk about Malik Call here, but those two guys really a combined 4 of 21 from the floor. That just can't happen.
Yeah. I mean, like, they made what 1 3?
They made 1 3 in the game, and it was Trey Holloman. I believe Hoggard, Akins, and and Walker were combined 0 of 19.
So the fact that they can go 0 for 19, right? This
over
was
17. Sorry.
So I mentioned during the stream. So James Madison, yes, it's JMU. They're the JMU Dukes. They're from Virginia. They're from Harrisburg. They're from right between Richmond and the DMV. Very nice campus. Very nice campus. Huge campus. When it comes down to it, this was a typical 13-4, 14-3 matchup.
Mm-hmm.
This team has a very good shot at winning their conference. This is why they were picked first. If you look at who they have on their team, like they've got cats from the DMV who transferred from around the country, kind of came back home to play a little bit closer to the DC area. They found a home there, and they were hungry tonight. At no point did I feel that they were trying to ease themselves into this game. They came out from tip and they punched right away. We talked about this. We talked about this, and we talked about this in even before the exhibition, where we were like looking at their 5-man situation. We were like, how soon are we going to see Tom Izzo in a close game put Colin Carr at the 5?
Yep.
And they did it tonight. They did it tonight. And you know why? Because Izzo trusts him. I think Colin Carr grew tonight. This was a really tough loss for Michigan State. Tough loss for the Big Ten. I'll get into it maybe later, but I think this is going to be a 7-bid league. 6-bid at worst, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a team that's going to be ass out because of this game, because of some other close games. And the conference took a big hit tonight. And the conference needs teams to do kind of what Purdue did. Go out there and beat Samford, who's going to finish top 3 or top 4 in their conference. They go against like Furman and Wofford and all those guys. Mm-hmm. Right in that 13, 14 seed type of conference. They're going to be good. Purdue beat them by what, 50 tonight?
And it wasn't even that close.
It wasn't even that close, bro. Like it was like 20-1, and I'm like, okay, that's enough of this.
Yeah.
Let's change this channel.
It was like 25-3 or something like that. And I was like, all right.
Yeah. You know what, man? It's, like we try to, as like a Big Ten person, you always try to find the positives in everything, right? The positives that I saw from this Michigan State team from last year to this year, they were a 7 seed last year, right? They took some losses last year, right? One of the main reasons why they took some losses last year was because of their depth. They had really no depth last season. So when one or two guys went down, they were really, really hurt. And they didn't have anybody to really like fill those gaps. This year, a little bit different. They don't have that depth issue. But at the same time, are their first 5, 6, 7 guys, are we overrating? Are we overrating them? I think when it comes to personnel, I like their personnel, but is the idea of this team bigger than reality? I think Tyson Walker today, I said that he can't be player of the year in the conference. If he does what he does consistently, and guys like Jaden Akins and all these guys want to kind of play Robin and not play along with him, I think now he does have a shot at player of the year in the conference because he could put up gaudy numbers because everybody else kind of waiting for him to take over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I've called AJ the best point guard in the conference for the last 2 years. What said best point guard in the conference in this game? Like you got to be able to win your matchup. You got to be able to lock down on the other end. Malik Hall, like we were kind of, joking about it in stream where he liked a tweet of mine that said, you know what, Malik Hall at times he plays like a first team All Big Ten player. Other times I can't even tell that he's on the floor or not. He liked that tweet, right? And it's like tonight was kind of everything what I talked about.
Yeah, it's
like we see the flashes of how really good he can be, but they're way too far and few between. How do you feel about their front court situation? Because I thought their backcourt situation was good enough and solid enough and consistent enough to get them through games like this. Mm-hmm. Because you have Akins, you have Hogarth, you have Tyson Walker, you have Holloman and Fears. If one of those two guys are tripping, right? When it comes to the front court, it's Malik Hall. That's the only one who I feel that Izzo has full trust in. I think he has more trust in Colin Carr than he does with Matty Sissoko and Carson Cooper now, based off of his actions of putting him in the game. Right?
Yeah.
So where are you at, bro?
Dude,
where are you at?
Their front court situation just makes no sense to me at all. Matty should be way better. I mean, given the fact that he's been basically the de facto starter for the last, 2 years? year and a half, basically, for
Yeah.
Michigan State. You know, you'd think with that much experience, he, you know, at least show some signs of growth. If anything, he showed regression tonight, and fouled out, didn't look great. Carson Cooper, I mean, he played, he was on the court, he got a couple rebounds. But
Carson's going to be Carson. That's
yeah.
That's like the blessing and the curse about him. He reminds me of Thomas Kithier, kind of from a few years ago.
Right.
Where when Kithier goes in, you know exactly what you're going to get, right? With Carson Cooper, you know exactly what you're going to get. You're not going to get this up here. You're not going to get anything low. You're going to get that same person every single game.
Which is what Michigan State might need at the 5.
Yeah.
Like, they might need Carson Cooper to be there so they have a, like, okay, I know he's going to give me 4 points, 8 rebounds, and a block, right? Like, I
3 or 4 good hard fouls. Right.
Exactly. I know what Carson Cooper is going to give me. Xavier Booker played, what, 5 minutes, maybe? 4? Like, he was barely out there tonight. And that's a 5-star, you know, top talent, right, that you were competing against other people to get. Barely played at all. And then you're playing, Cohen Carr played, what, the last 8 minutes at the 5?
Yeah.
Down the stretch, last 8 minutes of regulation plus overtime at the 5.
I think Maddie played a little bit in overtime at the 5.
At the start of overtime, Maddie did play. Then he fouled out, so then they had to put Carr in. But clearly, Izzo is perplexed with what to do with these players, and doesn't trust Xavier Booker at all. Otherwise, he would have played him. Doesn't trust Carson as much as he trusts Maddie, and definitely doesn't trust Maddie as much as he trusts Cohen Carr, who is his first game playing. It's his first game. Like, Maddie Sissoko has been a Michigan State Spartan for what, 3-4 years?
Yeah, this is year 4, bro. It's crazy. It's year 4.
And you're trusting a 4-star freshman that doesn't even play the 5 over him?
Hey, you know what? For Cohen's first game, I thought he was still amazing today.
He was the second best player.
Game 1.
He was their second best player.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's not even just box score watching. If you just watch the game, he was their second best player.
He impacts the game on so many levels, bro.
You saw them flinching. Bro, he's out there running, you know, rim protected. You see players in the lane going like, oh, where is Cohen?
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. He had a great game. I think that the 2 shots that really stick out is the one at the end of regulation and the one that's going to be in overtime. The one in regulation, he kind of got lost on his guy and let him hit a little midi. And then at the end of the game, you kind of got to know personnel. You know it's a 1-point game. A 2 doesn't really kill you. A 3 kills you. On top of that, Malik Hall was fine. You have to know that Malik, his feet, he's one of the better one-on-one defenders at the 4 spot in the league. Malik Hall's feet are so good guarding point of attack offense. And he was totally fine. And Cohen just leaves his assignment and guy hits his shooter right in the pocket and then boom, done. Let's look at some comments here. I want to make sure that I get to everybody. Whatever happened to Michigan State having skilled basketball players? They've looked like a football team for the past 5 years. Most of the Big Ten as well. Tyler, I will say that I think that may be true for the front court-ish, kind of. Like their best lineup last year was Joey Hauser at the 5. They missed Joey tonight. I'll tell you that much. They missed Joey tonight. How badly, like, they go up by 3 or they go up by 4. Joey Hauser can hit back-to-back threes. It's a 9 or 10-point game with 2 minutes left. Game is over. Game is over. Joey Hauser gets rebounds. Joey is so good at positioning himself. He's not the athlete, but when it comes to positioning himself between ball and the basket, he was so stout last year and he was such a good rebounder and so dependable. They really missed that dude. But ever since they let go, but ever since the days of like Jaren Jackson, Nick Ward, Xavier Tillman, the big man room, not trying to be disrespectful, but it's been pretty mid.
Yeah.
No, it's been pretty mid. And you know who, like Izzo knows that. That's why he's had a carousel. Like he had like a 5-man carousel a few years ago. And then it's like a 4-man carousel. Not one big is like Xavier Tillman, who's able to play 30 minutes plus a game, and he trusts him in any role at the 5 or the 4. Whether they go big or a little bit smaller with Kenny Goins. They just don't have guys like that anymore, bro. Illinois did blow out Eastern. They did blow out Eastern. Eastern was up early by a bit, and then DGL kind of went ham. He went ham. Good for him. Is Dre Gibbs Longhorn legit? Absolutely. He was one of my impact freshmen. Main reasoning was because they whiffed on so many guards coming in via transfer portal. He was such a great addition. Such a great addition. Is Purdue shooting better than it was last year? I'm still worried about them, but I like Lance Jones a lot. I think Lance Jones is going to be such an underrated addition in the country from like a national standpoint, because Braden Smith doesn't have to do as much when he's in the game with Lance. I think last year, even with like David Jenkins, I still think that people weren't fully trusting Jenkins to make the right play or be in full control of the basketball. But like Lance, his energy is just so infectious. So infectious. He's a good ball player. And like I like Cam Heidi. Miles Culver's not going to play, bro. He's not going to play.
No.
He's not going to play unless they're up or down by 20.
Yeah.
That's it. Cam Heidi's athleticism gives this team another legit weapon, especially in transition. They need someone who can finish above the rim on the wing, and he can do that. Ethan Morton was hitting a 3.
Yeah, that's dumb.
We were like, okay, we know. And like he did, like after it went in, he did that like hop, skip, and step, like he knew it was buckets the whole time. I was like, okay, all right, bro, you fooling right now, dog. You fooling. Braden Smith's gotten a lot better. When we're talking about, Michigan State's guards, like who's taking that next step, go watch Braden Smith play. He's gone up a level. He's gone up a level. You thought he was solid last year. He's probably all Big Ten player this year.
I was about to say he's that game he played at an all Big Ten level, and he continues to play like that. He will be in an all Big Ten team. Yeah.
Even against Arkansas, bro. I was watching him against those guards, and he was out there chilling.
I told you last year. Did I not tell you last year in the offseason that Braden Smith
you did in the offseason. You were like, this guy named Braden Smith. Dude, I looked at his picture. I was like, man, shut up. Leave me.
I told you, man.
He didn't pass the eye test, bro. He passed the eye test.
Doesn't pass the eye test, but he does. He's a baller.
He's a dog. He's an absolute dog.
Yeah. So you wanna touch on Purdue real fast since we brought him up. All right. So Cam Heidi. It's Heidi, right?
Cam Heidi, yeah.
Yeah. I like him a lot. And it takes a lot for me to say that I like a Purdue player. I like Cam Heidi a lot. I think he might work his way into being in their final 5. Weirdly enough, I think they'll end up going with a lineup where Heidi...
I like him at 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is Heidi at the 4, the 3 guards, and then Edey. Like, I think that's their best lineup because they start with Trey Kaufman-Renn at the 4. And
it looks so weird.
It looks so weird.
It doesn't look right. It doesn't look right.
I almost would like to see First in that role. Like I think First offers the shooting that you need for that. Even though Trey Kaufman-Renn hit a 3 in this game. Like I trust First more to shoot than I do Trey Kaufman, Ren, and they need the floor spacing around Edey, right? So.
Yeah, exactly. But I do like him, Heidi, a lot. I think he does need more, because you did say eventually, like, he needs more minutes and repetitions.
Yeah.
Badly. Once he gets those minutes, once he gets more experience, I'm with you.
I
like
still think Purdue has the same problems, though. Right? If Edey, the Edey experiment is not working that night, I have a tough time believing in the wings and carrying a game. Like, I'm not going to believe.
I trust Braden Smith more this year, though.
I trust Braden Smith, but I'm talking about I don't trust Lawyer. I don't trust Jones. I don't trust Heidi in a close game.
Yeah.
To pull out, especially if Edey is just not having it that night, right? So
it's a lot easier to shoot up 40 than tie game or down by 2.
Yeah, when everybody's in rhythm and you're having fun, it's way easier than when you're in a 5-point game on the road in East Lansing.
Right, 100%. 100%. But Michigan State, this loss may have bumped the Big Ten back. I think I was about to tweet this out. I just want to make sure that I got the names right. But
you don't trust Gillis? No, I don't trust Gillis at all.
I don't trust Gillis.
I don't trust Mason Gillis as far as I can throw him.
I don't trust Gillis unless it is a boxing ring and people are storming the court. Mason Gillis is a menace to any campus. That dude's crazy. Let me see. Purdue, Michigan State, Illinois, Maryland, Michigan, Wisconsin, and I have a question mark about Indiana.
It's fair. We'll see after tomorrow night.
I think those are your tournament teams. I think those 6, maybe 7.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Purdue, Michigan State, Illinois, Maryland, Michigan, Wisconsin.
I know who's not going to the tournament. I don't think Rutgers is.
I don't think Rutgers is going to the tournament either, bro.
I don't think
their
so.
backcourt they're in worse shape than I thought. And then you know what they sold me on? Gavin Griffiths.
He played
Gavin
14
Griffiths couldn't
minutes.
He couldn't get on the court. He couldn't get on the court today.
They didn't trust him against Princeton.
Couldn't get on the court today,
okay,
bro.
to be fair, if you're talking about not trusting him defensively, if you got to talk about your first college game playing in a college system, having to guard the Princeton offense in your first game is rough. Okay, that's about as hard as it gets. But you still sold us all summer on him being an important part of this team, and he plays 14 minutes in the first game, goes 0 of 2 from 3, and had no rhythm at all when he played.
You know what someone told me, bro? I was in a space with Aaron Brightman.
Yep.
Writer for the ScarletFaithful.com, probably the top beat writer for Rutgers. I was in a space with him, and a Rutgers fan came up and said, you know, with Gavin Griffiths, Paul Mulcahy wouldn't have started this year. He said that, and he was arguing. He was arguing for like 30 minutes. I thought it was a bit. I thought it was just something. But he came back and argued about the same thing like a month and a half later. The same exact thing. I'm like, oh, this guy was serious about that.
He was serious about it.
You know who wins this game if Paul Mulcahy is there? Probably Rutgers. I think they would win that game if they were able to get him back. Their backcourt needs a lot of help. A lot of help, man. A lot of help. I call him Baby Gio. Like, he needs to be better. The transfer who came in, Fernandez, he needs to be better. I did not see a backcourt who was very confident or knew what their role was.
They had 9 turnovers in this game, which normally would be a good thing, right? To only have 9 turnovers. All of their turnovers were in clutch moments. All of them. They were down 2. You need to get a bucket. They turned it over, right? Princeton goes back up 2 scores. They have a chance to tie. Turnover. Again. Right? They were completely untimely. Completely untimely. They're very untimely turnovers, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And that was all the guards, right? I'm looking at Simpson, 3. Griffiths had 2. Fernandez's 1 turnover was really bad. Omarui had 3. Omarui didn't have 3. He had 3 fouls.
Omori was taking step back threes.
Yeah, which is dumb.
You see
by
that?
The way. Yeah, he took 1 step back 3.
It was in and out, so it didn't look terrible. But at the same time,
what are we doing here?
I don't think Princeton cares about that. I don't think Princeton, especially when your offense isn't humming. If your offense is humming and doing all those things, and then you find yourself out there, you want to shoot that shot, whatever. You do your thing. But they couldn't score. They couldn't get any type of rhythm.
No.
Their front court was doing all the work. Literally, their front court was carrying them. If your front court is going to carry you in college basketball, you're not going to be a very good team because it is a backcourt game. It is a backcourt game. If your backcourt gets overwhelmed, you're not going to win the game. Point blank, period. Because how does your offense get initiated? The backcourt. Where is your defense initiated? The backcourt. If your backcourt is losing, you're the first line of defense. If your backcourt is losing on both sides of the ball, it's over. It's a wrap. You may get by some games, but when it comes down to it, you're not going to be able to beat average plus to good teams. It's just not going to happen. So I'm very down on Rutgers. Northwestern was down tonight at halftime to Binghamton. Minnesota was looking pretty good. They won by 20. I'm not sure what their health is though. I'm a little skeptical of their health. Christie is not playing yet. Neither is Pharrell Payne. He's not playing yet. I'm not sure what's up with him either. But both of them were out today. Wisconsin looked really good, bro. Chucky Hepburn had 20 on like 10 attempts. AJ Storr had 15. Just very solid, very, very solid throughout, bro. Like I am so high on them. I am so high on that team.
They're gonna be so consistent.
Are you? I have 4 tiers. Yeah. I have 4 tiers, and 4 tiers are fair. Are you ready to move Michigan State to that second tier because of this game, or not quite yet?
I'm not ready to hit the panic button yet.
Me neither.
I think a lot of Michigan State fans and Big Ten fans need to take a step back and go, it's the first game of the season. You're incorporating 3 new players into this lineup from last year, and you're trying to work out the 5, right? And Izzo is clearly doing some experimenting. And you had a really rough shooting game. Like, I'm talking like historically bad shooting game.
Yeah, it was really bad. It was rough.
You make 1 of, 20? You're 1 of 20 from 3? Like, I don't know. I don't know how many games Michigan State and James Madison play each other. That they probably 1 out of 25 or 30. They go 1 of 20, right? Like that doesn't happen again if they play 9 out of 10 times. So I think you got to take a step back and go, all right, next up, who do they play next? Michigan State plays what? Duke next?
They play a big. They have a big game, I believe.
They play Southern Indiana first, then they play Duke.
Okay.
If the Southern Indiana game is close again,
I'm gonna be yes.
Alarm bells need to go off.
Yes.
But I fully expect Michigan State to run out Southern Indiana out the gym in that game. Okay, they're gonna come out with a chip on their shoulder, pissed, and they'll probably be up about 10 at halftime, and then win by like 20, 25.
I can see that. I can see that. Just want to get my tiers right, just so it's public and know where my head is at. I really want to move Northwestern down, honestly.
What did MSU do well tonight, other than Walker being Walker?
Cohen Carr was good.
I think once they figure it out,
Trey Holloman.
Yeah.
Trey Holloman played well.
I think their rim protection can be good.
Yeah.
I think that can be a strength of Michigan State. They just got to figure out who's their best 4, who's their best 5, what's the rotation like? Right? They got
the rotation's a bit of a cluster right now.
Yeah, they got to figure out their rotations, and I think that'll help them out a lot.
I agree with that.
Xavier Booker plays 5 minutes in that game.
Yeah, they got to figure that out, bro. So Penn State, Iowa, and then they got Nebraska. You know what? Nebraska won tonight without Kisei Tominaga by like 30.
Yeah, against Lindenwood.
My guy Rank Mast. Rank Mast was solid. I think I put him in my top 10 bigs. Transfer from one of the Dakota schools, I believe.
Sam Hoiberg leading all scorers.
Yo, I saw him in the exhibition, bro, and he was like shooting almost every shot. Like he was just getting them up, bro. He just kept getting them up, dog. Just kept getting them up.
I love that for him.
How long does Kenny Payne last? You saw tonight, UMBC was up for a majority of the game, and at the very end, Louisville came and took it away.
I think he's got weeks. I think
weeks.
I think he has weeks. I think.
Man.
I don't think he makes it to the ACC play.
You don't think so?
No.
I think he does, but I think he's done after this year.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. He's done after this year, but
I think he's done.
I'd be surprised if he makes the ACC play, to be honest with you.
How did Northwestern look? It was a close game with Binghamton for a while. They were down early. Boo Buie had what, 27? You said.
Boo Buie had.
He kind of went off.
27. Barnheiser had 18.
What did Langborn end up with?
Langborg had 13.
He's the Princeton kid.
Yeah.
The Princeton kid. He's been solid. He's been really, really solid. I like his game a lot. I do like his game a lot. But yeah, Boo Buie went off. Just pure scorer, bucket getter, typical stuff. Rank. I said rank mast. Didn't I say rank mast?
It's rink.
Rink.
Yes, like hockey rink.
Mast is from Bradley. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry. I got that messed up with Cricky from Iowa. My bad.
They play tomorrow, right? Obviously, because they didn't play today.
Yes, Iowa play. I tweeted it out.
North Dakota.
Yep, North Dakota. And if we're looking at the quality of games tomorrow, I tweeted that out. And UNC Asheville was picked to win the Big South. They play at Michigan. FGCU picked to finish 4th in the Atlantic Sun. They're at Indiana. I believe FGCU lost to Bethune-Cookman in their exhibition. Bethune did not have Zion Harmon, who is like one of those what-if point guards if he had just been around the right crowd. Zion Harmon, really, really, really good. Like, I'm talking like 4-star, 5-star point guard who just got with the wrong crowd, and really, really sad. Zion Harmon was a beast.
Yeah, he had 11 against Minnesota tonight.
Zion Harmon was a beast. The fact that he's still playing Division I, like I'm proud of the kid. Mount St. Mary's picked to finish 7th in the Metro Atlantic. They're at Maryland. Then North Dakota picked to finish 5th in the Summit. They're at Iowa. I don't like Iowa this year unless they play their freshmen. I'm off their upperclassmen. Like I like Sanford. I like Tony Perkins.
I think Cricky can be good.
I think Cricky can be good. So can Patrick McCaffrey. But they need Brock Harding to be good. They need Owen Freeman to be good. They've got this like 4-5 named Dembele. Holy moly. Very good player. And then baby Sanford's younger brother's there. He could shoot the piss off the ball. Like, man. I think he's a better shooter than his older brother. Maybe not as good as coming off. But if they're both wide open, I'm hitting baby Sanford.
There can't be two Sanfords. I hate this.
There's two.
I hate this.
There's two of them.
I hate this.
One has dark hair, though. That's baby Sanford.
Yes, it's true.
But yeah,
Tyler
Iowa's going to be. What's up, Tyler? Iowa is going to be as good as their freshmen are this year. And I sincerely mean that. They need their freshmen to almost how Purdue treated Braden and Fletcher last year.
Yeah.
I think you almost got to do that. Like, I want to see Brock play 25 plus minutes. Because he's the only point guard, literally the only point guard on the roster. Bowen is not a point guard. Perkins is not a point guard. Josh Dix is not a point guard. Those are guards who just kind of want to play the point guard role. That's, you know what I mean? Like, Brock Harding is a point guard. Like, you just got to let him run the team. If he messes up, let him get through all that stuff. This is the first year in a long, long time that they are not going to have an NBA player. Like, think about it.
Yeah. Chris
Murray, Keegan Murray, Luka Garza. Who's the kid from Wieskamp? Wieskamp. You know, like, we're talking about pre-COVID. When you get to the last Iowa team who didn't have a legit pro or national player of the year, right? They're not going to have national player of the year on this team. I don't see a surefire pro right now on this team. You gotta like, you did a really good job identifying guys, identifying freshmen, identifying recruits. Like, I really like this 23 class that they got. Like, I really, really like these dudes. They gotta invest in them right away, because I don't see this team doing much. Probably like a 500 team. But if you can get your freshmen to play over 800, over 900 minutes this year, I think their sophomore year, you're going to see that whole Iowa team just elevate big time.
Are you ready to have this conversation with me?
Which one?
I think the same attitude you have with Iowa's guards, I think Michigan State needs to have with their bigs.
You went there.
I think we need to have the same conversation. You got to let them play through mistakes. You got to let them play.
You know what? Is it time for Maddie to be third big off the bench?
Is it time for you to let Xavier Booker out there and be a freshman?
Let Carson Cooper's light on the minutes too. Let Carson Cooper and Xavier Booker give those two guys a majority of the time, knowing that you are a backcourt team.
Yep.
You just need these two just to get to be. They don't have to be elite. They just got to be enough to just hold the fort.
I think the solution for Michigan State actually is no Malik Hall, no Matty Sissoko, and that final five lineup being Cohen Carr being the rim protector, and then running him as a 5 on offense and playing Xavier Booker on the perimeter. I think that's your solution to their problems. but they got to figure that out, and they got Booker obviously has to put in the work in practice, or something to get Izzo to trust him enough to play him, because I think their ceiling, I think, goes up if those two figure out how to get themselves onto the court more.
I can feel that. And you know what? Just sitting here, I'm gonna make 5 tiers.
5 tiers.
Yeah, I'm gonna make 5 tiers because I think.
Like Tyler, that's one of the things I am so adamant about. If you get talent, you gotta let talent play. I'll say the same thing to Purdue. I'll say the same thing to Purdue about Miles Colvin. If you get talent, you gotta play him. You gotta play him.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
You gotta let that talent learn from mistakes. It'll hurt you in the immediate future, but in the long term, it'll benefit you. And I think, rightfully so, a lot of coaches are super competitive, don't want to lose a single game. I get that, but you just lost James Madison, Izzo. You just lost James Madison the first game, and your talented 5-star freshman who needs to be playing and does so much and can do so much for you plays 5 minutes. 5. Totally unacceptable.
Jeez, man.
Booker has more potential than Maddie and Carson Cooper combined, put together. But they gotta figure it out. You gotta let him make mistakes. He'll foul out of games. He'll miss rotations. He'll miss a box out or two. Right? But then you gotta go back, put him on the bench for 5 minutes, bring him back in, say, all right, we go again. But you gotta play him. And you can't just play him for one snippet of a game. Be like, all right, go show me practice.
I still haven't seen Maryland play. I still haven't seen them play. And that's killing me.
Even if Booker realizes he's going to need another year, he still should play. Because then he'll be even better next year when he figures it out.
Either way, you are team no more Maddie. That's where you're at.
Absolutely.
And you got to figure it out.
Maddie was...
You're in year 4. You're in year 4. You are a senior. You have expectations. If it's not what that is at this point, at some point you have to move on to the staple of your program, which is going to be Carson Cooper, which is going to be Xavier Booker, which is going to be Cohen Carr. Mm-hmm. These guys who you went out and got, And then when Jackson Kohler becomes healthy again, you got to invest in him as well. I think they've invested in – they've given Maddie a lot of chances, in my opinion. They've given him a very long leash.
That leash.
They've been extremely fair.
Yeah.
They've been extremely fair. I do think that, yes, the backcourt has to be better, but I think we both know how good that backcourt can be. How good can Maddie be at his best that really impacts this team? I think he could be an okay rebounder. He can rim protect, but he goaltends a lot. It's a tough conversation. It's definitely a tough conversation to have, and you have to be a realist about things. You got to be a realist, 100%. 100%. That Booker realizes he's going to need another year. From all I know about the kid and his folks, who's your daddy is, he's got a very good circle around him, which means a lot. A lot of these kids have knuckleheads around them who don't know much and got them doing some crazy, crazy stuff. He's not one of those. I believe he has like military parents or his dad.
I think they're military background. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're pretty tight. They're pretty tight, and they're gonna do their due diligence for everything. I've always said that he's going to be a 2 or 3 year guy. I didn't see him as a one and done, and I think he's okay with that and understands that. And I think that's a really important part. Here to see if there's any Sincere Harris news. Sincere's going to redshirt this year.
Is that really what's happening?
Yep, he's redshirting, and that's on him. He was the odd man out. I kind of saw that over the summer. Kind of saw that heading into this year. Talking to Illinois folk, and it just seems that they were all in on Ty Rodgers, and DGL looked really, really good. They bring in Justin Harmon. Terrence Shannon comes back. They go out and get Marcus Damask. It's a very crowded room. Is he elite at defense in his motor? Absolutely. But I think this team is so talented that he has to give a little bit more than just being a specialist to really earn minutes. And I think he knew that. And I don't think he had enough juice on the offensive end to get to that next step of getting those minutes, to get back into the rotation. You know what I mean? Which is fine. For someone to realize that, for someone to take the year off and work on their game. Now, we've seen this before. How the portal is. We've seen guys do this. They work on their game and do all these things. They leave. I don't think this is that, because if you look at the roster, Terrence leaves, Justin Harmon leaves, Marcus Damask leaves, right? Those three guys leave. Your backcourt is now opened up. Now, is that going to stop the Illinois staff from bringing in more bodies? Absolutely not. But you basically have about 9 months here to really get your game right, knowing what they're going to do, right? So there's no excuses. They don't get paid. Brad Underwood's not getting paid millions of dollars to be loyal to someone who's not working on their game, right? He wants wins. He wants a Final Four. He wants championships, right? If you're not going to contribute to that, he's going to go and find someone who is going to. Point blank, period.
What is that name?
I don't know. Do you think DGL is a better fit for that Illinois team, to the point Sincere redshirting is a good idea? Absolutely. Because what I think from a defensive standpoint, if you look at their team, I like Coleman Hawkins defensively on the wing. I like Quincy Guerriere on the wing. I like Terrence Shannon on the wing playing defense. I really like Ty Rodgers defensively on the wing. They're not lacking defensive pieces. What they're lacking is a bit of offense. DGL brings offense. DGL brings athleticism. And I think he'll be good enough on the defensive end to where it's not Sincere's here. DGL is probably here on defense. But when you talk about offense, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, one's in the ceiling, the other one's in the basement. Like, it's not close. DGL can go 1-2 pull up. DGL can hit an off the dribble three. DGL can get to the rack and boom, get fouled and not worry about if the kid is going to hit a free throw or not, right? He wants to get fouled knowing that he can get free throws. He wants to hit free throws so he can see the ball going. So the next couple possessions, he man, I just switched these 2 free throws. I'm feeling good. My shot feels right. Let me get a shot up right quick, see how that feels. So I do like it. DGL is going to be big for both Marcus and Terrence, knowing that they're not real guards. They're just wings who are better playing off of guards. So someone like DGL going to let them play more natural to them without having the load of being the ones to initiate, when usually they're the ones playing off that initiation. If that makes sense.
That makes sense. I think Illinois' ceiling has risen for me a bit.
What?
From what I've seen from DGL,
yeah,
I think their ceiling has risen a bit for me.
I think so. I can see that. I can see that.
I'm not even just saying that this team should make the tournament. I'm not saying that they should just win a game in the tournament. I think they should. This is a Sweet 16 type team, which for Illinois fans, by the way, sounds like a miracle.
I dream.
Yeah, but I'm serious. This Illinois team is a Sweet 16, Elite 8, pushing Final Four type team. They got a lot of chemistry they got to work out. They got to figure out. Coleman has 1 point in this game. I don't think this game doesn't really matter, but in big games, who's gonna be the alpha in the big games? Who's gonna be that guy that they trust with the ball in their hands? Terrence is gonna want to be that guy, and you probably want Terrence Shannon to be that guy. But is Coleman gonna be okay with that, returning for an extra year? Because he's gonna want the ball. Damask's coming from a program where he got the ball. Guerriere's transferred, and he's gonna want the ball. And then Draw Gibbs Lavahorn is a very talented freshman that can do a lot of things and might be actually great with the ball. So they're going to have a serious conversation about who the best person, in crunch time, who's balling, right? And who are they running plays for. But the good news is you're deep. Like this Illinois team is deep. You're bringing Dane Danger off the bench. Luke Goody's coming off the bench. Draw Gibbs Longhorn's coming. I think Justin Harmon, who hasn't really shown a ton, I think he's gonna probably show a bit. And he'll be big in some key games. There's a lot of good depth on this Illinois team, and then there's a lot of really top tier talent as well, and that's what makes them scary to me. Is like they just throw numbers at you.
Yeah. We kind of knew coming into it that their ceiling and their success this year hinged on their backcourt. Like, how far along will Ty and DGL go? How far can they really improve? Because as much as they improve, that's just going to increase their ceiling 3, 4, 5-fold. Would you classify?
Go ahead.
The what?
No, go ahead.
Said, would you classify Cohen Carr as a true 3 or small ball 4? He is a true 4. I think he's a 4 at the NBA level too, honestly. Like, I put him in that, like, he's going to have to develop outside shooting, but I see him as a plug-and-play guy in the NBA where you can kind of put him anywhere you want, but he'll be guarding the 4-man. And I think he's athletic enough, quick enough, has a good enough motor, can rebound good enough. He is a true 4 at all levels. 100%.
You know who he reminds me of? Derek Jones Jr. from the NBA.
The dunker.
The dunker, yes, but he's more than just a dunker. When he played for the Heat, he was like, they would plug him in, and he was just the rim protector. But he's 6'6", right? So it's like, how is this guy the rim protector? But he's just all-out maniac on defense and then sat in the corner and then played the dunker spot, right? That's what Cohen Carr is.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is Jawan's oldest team he's coached. What year is it in the Jawan experiment for Michigan? Is this 4 or 5?
This is year 5. He was 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. This is year 5.
So
year 5.
You would think by year 5 you'd have the oldest team. It's just I don't think anybody thought that this would be the way that he got his oldest team.
Nobody on this team was here like 2 years ago.
Right, exactly. Because you would think that if you have a bunch of 4-year players, okay, the second class,
except T-Will, right?
Stay right, yeah, except for T-Will. But yeah,
T-Will and Jace. Jace didn't have a choice. Yeah,
Jace had to stick around.
Yeah, extremely old team, and that's why I kind of like this team. I'm excited to see what UNC Asheville does tomorrow, though.
That game's gonna be
I think
spicy.
I think they're gonna slow them down. I think they're gonna try to slow them down because if they try to run with them, I think Michigan's gonna score like 100.
Yeah.
It'll be like 100 to like 75 or something like
They're gonna
that.
try to muck it up.
Yes.
They're gonna do their best Wisconsin cosplay.
But I think Michigan's built to like play muck it up because they're giant and they're old and they don't want to just run up and down all day. Like they should be able to muck it up, right? They should be able
Well,
to.
tomorrow's gonna be the first test if they can do that. Because look, Marquette tried to run them off the court, and that obviously didn't work in the scrimmage. So we'll see what happens here. And then obviously, who did they play? Northwood.
Northwood.
Yeah, they were.
That's yeah, that's a really, really bad team, bro. Let me see if Northwood did anything. Let me see if did Northwood play today? Let me see. Like that's like one of the worst teams.
Hey, Penn State
I've ever
today.
seen. I did see that. Delaware State usually not good.
No.
Not good.
You know, it's bad when the leading, like ESPN shows the box scores, right? It shows the top performers. Top performer for Delaware State, 8 rebounds. Not points, rebounds.
Oh, Northwood moved to the GMAC? Interesting.
I hate
All right,
Wisconsin.
they don't play until the 10th.
So boring. Yeah, but it wins. Doesn't matter. It's boring. It wins.
Who's boring?
They're talking about the Wisconsin swing offense, and I said
they scored 105 points today.
Yeah. Also, it works.
Like they scored 105 points. They were what? They averaged what? 2.5 points a minute. Is that what that meant? That math is roughly.
I mean they shot 30 free throws.
What happened in the Marquette scrimmage? Michigan won. Yeah, Michigan won 115 to 111 and shot a bunch of free throws and made a bunch of threes. But yo, I think I'm gonna hop off here and go listen to DK Space. I think that'll be
DK Space is gonna be fun.
Oh man, that's gonna be entertaining.
I kind of want to talk in that about Xavier Booker. I'll step up, take the hit on that.
We'll see. Yeah. We'll see the mood. And then we'll kind of go from there.
Well, thanks everybody for coming out for the stream. Probably do one tomorrow as well. I would assume after Indiana and Michigan play. And then just talk about again the state of the Big Ten after game number uno. But yeah, thanks everybody. See you guys.
We'll try to do this more often.
Yes.
We'll try.